Time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but somehow it never feels like enough. We wake up, rush into our routines, get pulled into emails, social media, and endless to-do lists. And by the end of the day, we wonder, where did all the time go? Knapp and John Zeratsky, two former Google and YouTube designers, decided to find a better way. In their book, Make Time, How to Focus on What Matters Every Day, published in 2018, they share a simple but powerful framework to help us stop being busy and start being purposeful. The book is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. It's about designing your day to create focus, energy, and joy. Welcome to 10-Minute Books, the channel where we break down the world's most powerful books into practical lessons you can absorb in just 10 minutes. Today, we're exploring Make Time by Knapp and John Zeratsky, a guide to reclaiming your time from distractions and filling it with what truly matters. The problem, the busy bandwagon, and the infinity pools. Knapp and Zeratsky begin by describing two forces that dominate modern life. The first is the busy bandwagon. This is the cultural pressure to always be busy, to measure your worth by how much you do, how fast you respond, and how full your calendar looks. The second force is the infinity pools. These are apps, websites, and platforms that provide endless content, social media, Netflix, YouTube, news feeds. They are designed to keep you hooked, pulling you away from intentional living. Together, the busy bandwagon and infinity pools steal our time, leaving little space for what matters. The framework: highlight, laser, energize, reflect. The authors propose a 4-step system to make time for what matters. Highlight, laser, energize, and reflect. Step 1. Highlight. Each day, choose a single highlight, one thing that matters most to you. It could be finishing a work project, spending time with family, exercising, or reading. By picking a highlight, you give your day a focus. The key is not to do everything, but to choose what matters most today. Even if the rest of the day gets chaotic, completing your highlight creates a sense of accomplishment and purpose. Step 2. Laser. Once you've chosen your highlight, you need to focus on it. This is where laser mode comes in. To enter laser mode, you must fight distractions. Knapp and Zeratsky suggest practical tactics. Turn off notifications. Log out of distracting apps. Use Do Not Disturb mode. Work in full screen to eliminate digital clutter. Design your environment so the path of least resistance leads to focus. Laser mode is about creating barriers against distractions and protecting your attention for what matters. Step 3. Energize. You cannot focus if you're exhausted. That's why the third step is to energize your body and mind. The authors emphasize the basics: exercise, healthy food, hydration, and especially sleep. They also highlight the importance of taking breaks, moving your body, spending time outdoors, and connecting with people. Energy fuels focus. When you feel good physically and mentally, it's easier to direct your time intentionally. Step 4. Reflect. At the end of each day, reflect on what worked and what didn't. Did you complete your highlight? Did your tactics for laser mode help or fail? Reflection allows you to adjust, experiment, and improve. The authors stress that this framework is flexible. You don't have to be perfect. The goal is progress, not perfection. Small daily adjustments compound into big improvements over time. Practical tactics for making time. Throughout the book, Knapp and Zeratsky share more than 80 practical tactics. Some examples include setting your phone to grayscale to make it less appealing, writing your highlight on a sticky note and keeping it visible, using time blocking to schedule focus sessions, drinking water first thing in the morning to boost energy, creating distraction-free zones in your home or office. The point is not to follow every tactic, but to experiment and discover what works best for you. The power of one daily highlight. One of the most transformative ideas in the book is the power of one highlight per day. Too often, we set long to-do lists and end the day feeling like we failed because we didn't do it all. By contrast, choosing one highlight shifts the mindset from quantity to quality. When you focus on a single highlight, you feel a sense of progress, even if the rest of the day is imperfect. Over time, this habit creates a rhythm of intentional living. Battling the busy bandwagon. The busy bandwagon pressures us to say yes to every request, attend every meeting, and fill our days with endless tasks. Essentialists learn to say no. Similarly, Make Time encourages us to question the culture of busyness. Instead of asking, "How much can I do?" ask, "What's the one thing that matters today?" Slowing down and choosing deliberately is the antidote to busyness. Escaping the infinity pools. Infinity pools are designed to keep us scrolling, watching, and consuming endlessly. The authors encourage practical steps. Delete apps that waste time. Keep devices out of sight during focus time. Replace infinite scrolling with finite activities, like reading a book, taking a walk, or having a conversation. By creating friction for infinity pools, you regain control of your attention. Energy as the foundation. The book emphasizes that energy is the foundation of time management. You can't focus if your body and mind are depleted. That's why simple practices like walking, stretching, eating whole foods, and prioritizing sleep are essential. These are not luxuries. They are the building blocks of focus. Reflection as a feedback loop. Reflection ensures that making time is not a one-time fix, but a lifelong habit. By noticing what works and what doesn't, you create a personal system. Over weeks and months, your strategies become sharper and your days become more intentional. Why this works? The framework works because it shifts the focus from trying to control time, which we can't, to controlling our attention and energy. Time will always move forward, but by highlighting, focusing, energizing, and reflecting, you decide how that time is spent. Modern relevance. In today's digital world, filled with distractions, Make Time feels more important than ever. Our devices and culture constantly pull us toward urgency and busyness. This book reminds us that attention is our most valuable resource, and that by reclaiming it, we reclaim our lives. Criticism and balance. Some critics argue that the framework is too simple, or that it works best for people with control over their schedules. But the authors argue that even in busy jobs or hectic lives, you can always make small adjustments. Even one highlight, one blocked off session, or one reflection can make a difference. The big takeaway. Make Time is about living intentionally in a distracted world. It teaches us to resist the busy bandwagon, escape the infinity pools, and focus on the things that truly matter. By following the 4 steps, highlight, laser, energize, reflect, you can design your days for meaning and joy. The real question is, what will you highlight today? That was Make Time by Knapp and John Zeratsky, broken down in under 15 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you choosing one highlight, battling distractions, or boosting your energy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, time will pass no matter what. The choice is how you spend it.